Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Friday Night Ramblings. Sorry I haven't done one of these in a while. I've been extremely busy. The jobs are just getting overwhelming. I've still, for every one I complete, 2 or 3 more come in. So we've got some other 8-inch vices getting shipped to me. I've got the Parker back from Steve Summers I've got to finish up. We've got another large order of copper jaws like you saw before. I've got 5 handles, a couple swivel pins, and about 15 sets of jaws to make right now, different ones. And we've been getting some local work. We've got the Columbian 506 that needs a swivel nut, spindle nut. We've got one jaw out of it. We've got to take the other one out. We've got the 508 was actually purchased by somebody. So it'll be, I keep talking about fixing that 8-inch Columbian up, and now's the time. So everything I told you, new handle, new jaws for it, new swivel locks and new jaw pins, swivel lock handles, the casting needs repaired still. So that's gonna be a ton of work. So sorry about the delay with posting videos. Like I said, I've just been far too busy, but I will get back to it. I do plan on keeping this Friday Night Ramblings video tradition going for as long as possible. If I miss a Friday here and there, I'm sorry, but please know that I am working on footage. I've probably got 20 hours of recorded footage right now, and a few of them are ready to go into videos. So I will be uploading those. You'll probably see a video Sunday night of a local repair job that we did. It's pretty exciting. A little bit different for the jobs that I typically do. But anyway, on my last Friday Night Ramblings video, I told you I was moving some things around. We just got the bridge poured in, and I can't believe that's been like 5 weeks ago now. We got the bridge poured in, and we were moving machines around, getting the shop laid out. Well, I'm happy to say that it is completely laid out, and I will show you what we've done. Okay, so first off here, what would a Friday Night Ramblings video be without another new vise? Bought this one out of Akron, Ohio, and had a good buddy of mine send it to me. Mailed it down here. It's in fairly rough shape. It'll be one that I'm probably going to mount on my machining toolbox over there for my milling machines, but I'm not sure yet. But it just needs a set of jaws, and I've got a set made for it. I just haven't installed them yet because I'm going to get all this ugly green paint off here. But we might make some brass jaws for this and use it for changing my carbide inserts like I talk about. But it's a Prentice 19.5. It's a graffiti script Prentice, which is more desirable. Pretty cool little vise. I'm sure the pin is stuck here. They always are. And it's the style, so it's like my big 23, my black one that I use. This is the style with the knob plunger. I don't really like that style, but it'll be cool. If I don't use it, I'll just fix it up and sit it on a shelf until my estate sale happens. My wife can figure it out. So not one, but 2 new vices. Picked up what I've been looking for a long time. It's a 3-inch Wilton like the one on my wooden workbench that you've seen. But this is actually what they call a fish hook model. It's a very early model. They were made in Chicago, Wilton Tool Corporation, Chicago. But that's why they're called the fish hook, because of their logo right there. But it's just a 3-inch. It was restored. One of my customers reached out to me and asked if I wanted to buy it. I didn't make the jaws on these. These are actually original. But he buffed it and polished everything, and it just needs a little bit of cleaning. I think he used it for quite some time. Got a lot of grease in it and stuff. So that's pretty cool. I was looking for one of those for a long time. And last but not least, this is a vise that I've looked for since the day I found my 23. You've seen it a million times. It's the biggest swivel jaw model that they made. You know, it has the lever plunger. I'm not sure if some of them had the other style. But that's the Prentice 23. So since I found this about 2 years ago, I always wanted to find all of this style. I have owned a 21, which was in bad shape, and I owned a 19 in bad shape. So I sold both of those. So I picked up that 19 and a half. Now we've got the 23 and the 19 and a half. And the very smallest one they made was the number 18. Right there. These are highly collectible. Extremely hard to find. This one has been freed up. The swivel jaw still works. Let me get you a little better shot there. So it still works just fine. The tiny little swivel pin. Pretty big difference there. So this is like a 14-pound vise compared to the 23, which is 220 pounds. This one's the same logo on it, Prentice number 18. It does have a broken jaw. The jaw shelf is fine, so that was no problem at all. I'll make a new set of jaws for it, and I'm gonna repaint it and stuff. This one has the lever style, which I like better for the swiveling. It's a little stiff. It needs some grease, but it does swivel. It all operates just fine. And on Prentice vices, the back slide is always cracked. So finding them when they're not cracked is really hard. So when I saw this one, a buddy reached out to me. He's another replacement part maker. He makes really, really nice handles. He reached out to me, and I told him a couple weeks ago, if he ever sold it, let me know, because I have been looking for one for, a couple years now. I've passed on a few on eBay that were in bad shape. But he reached out to me and told me that he really needed to sell it, and I was the first one that asked him to hold it for me. So it was mine. I sent him the money faster than I could think about it, and here it sits. What will I use it for? Probably nothing. I mean, they are really, really tiny. It might be useful for something one day. Maybe if I sit at my computer desk and file something. On the vise, not on the computer, filing. But pretty sweet. So that's one crossed off the list right there. This will never be sold. This will stay with me, and my wife can throw it in the dumpster when I die. So be watching for it. But as you see here is the Parker from Steve Summers. We went back up to Steve's place and got this the other day. Been about 3 weeks now. So the customer was going to come in June and pick it up on his vacation, but he's no longer, I think he canceled the vacation, so that's not happening. So now the time frame is just finish it up when I can, and as soon as I can. So I've still got to radius the tops on these, I've got to cut the jaw faces, and then I've got to drill new pinholes and then heat treat them, and it'll be ready to go. So we got our dual bandsaw sitting between the welding table and my fridge here. We've kind of made an island for these tools here. This bandsaw is an absolute hunk of trash, so we will probably sell it or part it out, scrap it, I don't know. It's I'm gonna pull the gearbox apart. It sounds like death inside there. We've got a bunch of parts. I mean, the parts are there, but I don't know if that bandsaw is ever gonna be worth fixing up. So we moved our surface grinder from the corner by the door over here on the back side of this. We've got room to walk around it. We have put our drill press and all our welding supplies right against the bandsaw. You remember the bandsaw. We've got the blast cabinet right there. So we are packed in here. There's our press right there. Got our welding supplies. All right, so this area, I don't know if I ever told you about my new mat right there. Cut that mat in half. But we've got all our milling machines in this area now. The Cincinnati grinder that you all love so much. I'm gonna switch that wheel with that wheel because I use that way more, and I'm over here hitting the corner. That wheel's about done. As you can see, the spacer I've got right there, that's oddly not very round, is the size of the inner bore. It overhangs about 1/4 inch, so whenever you start hitting that spacer, which is how it's got out around, whenever you start hitting that spacer, it's time to change. Did get the new vise installed on the Bridgeport, the new Bridgeport. I put an air blower on it that I haven't hooked up yet. So this is what this area looks like. Got the new Bridgeport that we've been using to cut serrations. With that servo power feed is way nicer. So we got a new swivel base that I purchased, a new parallel separator. This is an older vise from Tony. And we moved our toolbox over here where the surface grinder used to live. So this is about the best layout I could figure out up here. We're going to be building some shelves flat. We're going to put a piece of wood on top of the toolbox and a flat shelf even with it all the way to the corner. That way stuff quits falling behind it and I freak out. We're going to build a couple display shelves just up to the ceiling there. What else? We bought a new fan for the lathe. We did finally get the other grinder moved over here. We sold the big grinder. The small grinder is now powered up and operational. I've still got to build a table for it and a back platen for it. But I already ordered the A2 tool steel for that platen. We're going to be making a nice surface ground platen for it. Be making a tool rest. I'm going to be changing that course wheel over here and fixing that tool rest because it's messed up. So there's the vise collection. We bought a bunch of Vidmar cabinet organizers. There's about 100 of them in there. We put the air compressor on some 6x6 blocks. My son has parked a rock truck in front of it. I'm not sure how we're ever going to get the rock truck out of my shop here. Things are massive. But we raised this up because I could never fit my floor jacks under it. They needed about 1/4 inch. So I raised it up 6 inches. And I can slide those under there and make me some more room. And you might be asking, what's taking up all this room? There's something back there. Not sure what that is. Oh my goodness, look what we got. So guys, this right here is my small new shaper. A guy from Practical Machinist Forum reached out to me. He did not have this for sale. I posted a little feeler ad on there saying that I was looking for a 20-inch or larger shaper in good shape. The next day I had rented a trailer and I was on my way. So this thing fell into my lap. I'd never heard of this brand, but I did a lot of research on it. They're extremely high quality. They're made in Germany. You may recognize this as the same shaper that Curtis from Cutting Edge Engineering has over there in Australia. He's got the big brother to this. So this is a Klopp 725, which is the stroke length, millimeters. Curtis has the 1000H, which is a hydraulic unit. This is a manual unit, gear driven, rather. I've used it and played around with it a little bit. That's actually what I've been doing for a couple hours today. Makes a really nice seat up here. I can kind of see everything. No, it's hurting my butt. So I'm gonna get down and not hurt myself. Okay. All right, guys, there it is. It's the Klopp 725 shaper, original vise on it. It is a monster. So this is a 725 millimeter stroke, which is just under 29 inches. So this machine weighs around 8,000 pounds. It is an absolute monster. 10 horsepower. It's a 6-speed, high-low range. Pretty sweet. It does run like a champ. So I've got it running. I've been messing around with different setups. I'm gonna try to start cutting jaws on this thing, I believe. Only thing at all wrong with this machine, the cable is here for the clapper. It's got a lifting tool holder on it. But there's a magnet that's supposed to ride on this to actually lift that up. So the magnet's gone. The magnet's gone that rides on this plate here and lifts the tool. You can still see machining marks on the plate. You can see planer marks on the table. Which reminds me, I probably shouldn't put my tools on there. This machine still shows the planer marks of on the original table. Of course it's greasy right now, but I mean, just a gorgeous machine. Look at the scraping. You can still see all the scraping. The entire ram still has very, very nice scraping on it. Here's the back side. It's got power down feed on the head with a little ratchet pawl right here. It's lubricated with an oil pump. I've got it tucked into this corner here. As you see, we had a little mishap. Luckily not too hard of a mishap, or my garage would be on top of it right now. But it's got power down feed on the head, power left to right on the table, of course. I'm not sure if they all did or not. It's got a support right here. A little bit different than the American style. We've still got full scraping marks everywhere. The entire machine. So it is in gorgeous shape. Couldn't ask for better shape. But I'm gonna start cutting. Oh, and the vise is like 400 pounds, by the way. It is like 13, no, like 10 inches, but it's it opens to about 20 something. To Could be telling you wrong, but I can never find my tape measure. Beautiful, beautiful machine. I've really been enjoying myself with it. This table actually has factory installed wings on it. So from right here to right here is a wing, and from here to here is a wing. They came with skinny tables. Now when you lift this up and take the wings off, you can rotate this table. So it does rotate left to right. The head rotates left to right. It is not a universal. So there's no rotating back and forth. I'm not sure if Klopp made universal shapers, but they might have. But that is the only thing we're missing on this machine. It is in beautiful, beautiful shape. It is a 1976 model. I got in touch with Klopp. They're still in business. Gave them my serial number. They quoted me a price for the owner's and operating manual, as well as the original build sheet, the order, all that. I've got the order sheet. And I asked them, how do I pay? And they have never answered me back. So I'm gonna reach out again and hope to get some help. But we got an entire box full of original. We got the original universal tool holder on there. We've got some clamps that are made in Germany. We have some West Germany wrenches. We've got a Williams wrench with it. We got this made in West Germany. Can't really read it, but we have an Armstrong tool holder that I had to modify a little bit to fit in there. Really like it. My only issue is with the vise. The jaws both open and meet in the middle. I don't really like that. I like the American style better, but it is what it is. It's the original vise. I don't think it's ever been off there, because when I pulled it off, the table was still bright and shiny underneath. Not this oil stained iron color. But guys, that's all for today. I'm going to go outside and mow the grass and try to get in for dinner. It's getting pretty late. It's about 6:30 right now, so getting late for me. I've been at it far too long today. I normally don't machine on Fridays, but I've been out of that mode since my last video. So guys, I really appreciate you subscribing. I'm still blown away. 763 subscribers as of today. You all are watching the videos. You're watching a good portion of it. I've had a few other channels reach out to me that are fairly local and tell me they enjoy the videos. So if there's anything I can improve, you guys just let me know. Let me know what you'd like to see. I'm still working on videos. You'll see project videos from time to time. This thing right here is in its permanent location as far as I'm concerned. I never want to move it again. It was an absolute pain. I had to buy a tow jack. I had to rent a drop deck trailer, which was a blessing. My my pallet jack won't pick it up. I made a grave mistake and sat it on a rubber horse stall mat. Thought that'd be a good idea. After fourth gear, it starts rocking like this. Gets pretty scary. So we're gonna be doing away with that. I'm not sure how everybody's fastening these down, if they're actually bolting them down like you're supposed to. I've got 6 inches of concrete, so I'm gonna reach out to a couple guys that own these larger shapers and see what they do, see what the recommendations are. Probably will be bolting it down. I hope I don't have to dig out a foundation under it, but I might have to. But either way, it's gonna live in this area, this spot, because I can still get around behind it. I've got my bucket stored there. I can still operate the speeds on this side. I don't really need access to that side except for dropping the table and raising the table. So this is the setup for a while until Hopefully this summer I'm expanding the shop about 20 feet that way. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the permanent location yet or leave it as is. Maybe just get it off of the rubber mat and set it on directly on the ground so it can scoot itself around. Not really sure. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. And please like, comment, leave me some comments. I don't get a whole lot of those. I'd like to hear where you guys are from, hear your opinions on things. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if you hate it, anything. And stay tuned for some more stuff coming up. I'll be back to posting shorts and posting videos regularly after this one that you're seeing now. So thank you guys. I'm gonna go mow the grass and probably fall asleep. We'll catch you later.